I just got a call from one of my friends. He says that he has a Funko Pop that he wants me to unbox. He says that this is going to be the biggest Funko Pop that I've unboxed on this channel. I think I know what it is.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing.
And he is 100% correct. This is going to be the biggest box that I've ever unboxed, or the biggest pop that I've ever unboxed on this channel. I mean, this thing is absolutely amazing. I can't believe how big it is.
Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, heard it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
Alright. So he's right. This is going to be the biggest pop that I've ever unboxed on this channel, because I have not gotten my hands on an 18-inch pop yet. And this one's a pretty cool one. Now, I've kind of seen some reviews out there, so I'm really excited to get into some depth review with you. I even got my Babe Ruth that I use that kind of shows you the scale of every pop that I pull out, whether it's a 10-inch or today it's going to be the 18-inch Infinity Saga Iron Man. God, this box is huge. This thing is just huge. And let me say thank you, Justin. I truly appreciate you trusting me enough to get this guy out of the box. Look, I have some amazing friends, some amazing followers, some amazing subscribers. All of you guys are amazing, and just know that I truly appreciate you. So Funko sent a box inside of a box that's going to be inside of another box. So let's slide this one out. I mean, this thing is massive. This thing almost looks like it should be like a toy store display. I mean, that's how big this thing is. I mean, this is just insanity. Insanity. So we got the box inside of the box. Babe Ruth is still chilling, doing his thing, and as I suspected, we have another box. All right, so here we go again. Let's get this one. Oh, I didn't mean to drop it like that. Justin, if you're watching, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to drop the box. Look at the size of this box. Do you see the size of this thing? Is insane. Just the size of the box alone is insanity. I cannot believe that just I don't have one of these currently in my collection. I would have picked up the Batman. It was the 1989 Batman when it came out. I missed it. It was a limited run. I mean, so it sold out fairly fast. Just to do a little comparison, right? This is going to be the normal Funko Pop box, right? This is your normal box. This is this is the 18-inch Funko Pop box. Insanity. Now, these boxes do look a little different than your normal pop boxes. It doesn't have anything on the back, so they're not showing you anything on the back of this one, and it looks like it's going to open and pull straight off. Like I've said, I've never done one of these. I do kind of like the artwork that they did on the box. I even like how they have it sideways, so maybe if I wanted to display my box laying on its side, I could. I mean, and maybe I could set the pop on top of this to get it off the floor, maybe not to take up so much shelf space. I don't really know like where I would go or what I would do with this box, because this is one of them that's going to take up a lot of space. I mean, because you're going to definitely want to get him out of the box because there's no windows. I think that they kind of messed up with the idea that there was no windows in this one. I feel like there should have been this great big front window like you see on the regular pops. That way you could keep it in the box. It does have the Funko Shop exclusive sticker on there. I mean, so look, this is big. I really think that this is maybe for a toy store though, right? Or maybe for your booth at a Comic-Con when you're selling pops, right? I mean, I think that this is an attention getter, and I think that this is a great, like, something great that you could add to your collection, but it is really big in the grand scheme of life. I mean, it is massive, and it is going to take up some space. If you by chance think that the 10-inch pops take up a lot of space, you have seen nothing when it comes to this. This thing is going to be in your face. It's going to be the center of your collection, and it is going to take up a lot of space. So you can see that they put these little pieces of cardboard in there to keep this from flopping around. Sometimes these things break even on the small ones, so I think that that was genius, making sure that it was secure enough that it didn't get beat up and broke and all of that good stuff. I'm going to apologize now for how loud this plastic's going to get, because this plastic's going to get pretty loud. Let me get this chair positioned. I'm not set up for a pop this big, Funko. Maybe one day, right? Maybe one day when they come out with a Deadpool or something like that, I will get my hands on a pop this big, and we'll talk about it, but that day just hasn't come. Like I said, I would have picked up the Batman, but I missed the Batman, and it sold out fairly quick. I want to say that it sold out within like a 24-hour period. I don't think that it sold out right away, but it didn't sit on their site very long. I don't see a stand or anything like that with it, other than some packing and this plastic that's going to go around it. Oh my, look how big. Wow, this thing is monstrous. Let's see. I got to go get a 10-inch pop real quick to make sure that we're giving this a fair assessment just on the size of him. But before I do that, let's take a closer look at him. So when you're looking at this guy, the paint job on him looks like it is done really well. This is painted though. I mean, some of the plastic is actually the plastic color, but some of it is painted. His eyes have this... They could have did a little bit better job in the eyes. The eyes, they're not quite perfectly round. There's some missing there, almost like they cut it out of cardboard, then put it over it, and then sprayed it white. I mean, there is definitely some lackluster in the eyes that they could have fixed. I mean, they could have done a better job with that. The paint job on him is really well. I know that there was a lot of like speculation that this was going to be metallic. I never thought that this was going to be metallic, because I didn't think Funko would miss an opportunity to show you how the metallic pop is versus like the non-metallic. I mean, that's almost like giving it away. The back of the head though it looks like the mold has some damage. It almost definitely has some damage. Here, let me get you a closer look at this. Anytime that you're injection molding or blow molding something, it's basically an aluminum block that they've carved out, or what they call tooling, right? So they've tooled this aluminum block to take the shape of this, and that's where they inject or blow the plastic into. It's one or the other one. You can even go into roto molds, but these things are not roto mold. When you get into roto mold, you're talking about high-end kayaks and stuff like that. This mold has taken some damage. Now in the back of his head, you can actually see an indentation back there. Now it's either taken some damage or it's met its life expectancy, right? So the molds only have so many times that you can open and close them before you have to have them retooled. Retooling sometimes it's fairly expensive. Most companies have the ability to retool things right in-house. This one either needs to be retooled, or something got caught in the mold as it was opening and closing. I really think that this is an injection needle. So this is an injection mold. The needle got stuck in the down position at some point while it was opening and closing. I would imagine that there's only so many of these, maybe one or two that they're doing at a time, which causes it to be $100 a piece. But something happened to the needle at some point. It got stuck in the down position. You can clearly see that the mold closed on it back here, and I'm gonna try really hard to get you a better view of that, but you can see it in the back of his head that the mold has got some damage right there. And so when it's molding this piece right here, you're always going to have that little bit of a damage that's going on right there. They even tried to disguise it a little bit with paint. I mean, they tried to add a little bit extra paint there that actually made it stand out a little bit more than it did disguising. There's a few other things they could do to fix this on hand, but when you're trying to mass produce stuff like they're doing, sometimes it gets hard to fix these on hand, and it might not have been cost effective to fix this. It might have winded up costing them more money than they were making to fix this. I don't imagine that you're going to see this mold much longer, and if you do, something's going to have to change with the back of it, because they're going to have to fix it, because at some point it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. It's like everything in life, right? If you have a car and the brakes are going bad, the more you drive with them with the brakes the bad, the worse they get, right? I mean, that's just the way this goes. I mean, that's just the way that it goes down, right? So I grabbed my Captain Crunch, and I actually have like the 10-inch Captain and the 3.5-inch Captain that are out of the boxes. You can see just in the size comparison, the 18-inch pop towers over the 10-inch pop, and it makes the 3.5-inch pop look like it's an ant. This thing is absolutely amazing. Now, this would be the centerpiece of your collection. I cannot honestly, after having this one out of the box and seeing the box and how much storage is going to go into this one, I don't honestly know that I would ever have an 18-inch pop in my collection, just because of the amount of room that it's going to take up. Like I said, the box, the pop, all of that's going to take up a lot of space, and maybe you throw the box away. I don't know. That's one of those conversations that I would have to have by myself, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. Throw a comment down below. Do you keep this box? Do you throw this box away? This is definitely an out-of-box collection, right? I mean, if I am thinking about this correctly, definitely an out-of-box collection. Hey, before we get out of here, though, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. Until next time, have a good one.